Hey, it's Ryan Seacrest. Life comes at you fast, which is why it's important to find some time to relax. A little you time. Enter Chumba Casino. With no download required, you can jump on anytime, anywhere for the chance to redeem some serious prizes. So treat yourself with Chumba Casino and play over 100 online casino-style games, all for free. Go to ChumbaCasino.com to collect your free welcome bonus. Sponsored by Chumba Casino. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
The Avengers radio series, a cultural phenomenon in South Africa back in the 1970s. South Africa was a country with no national television service. It wasn't until 1976 that the country would get its first taste of television broadcasts. But before that, radio was the primary medium of entertainment and information for the masses. This was the context when The Avengers, a British spy FI series, made its debut on South African radio and became a cultural phenomenon. The Avengers was a British television series that originally aired from 1961 to 1969. The show revolved around the adventures of John Steed, a suave and sophisticated secret agent, and his various female associates. The series was a unique blend of traditional spy thriller elements with science fiction and fantasy, which set it apart from other shows of its time. While the series was hugely popular in the UK and had also made a significant impact in the American markets, being one of the rare British series given a network transmission slot, it was virtually unknown in South Africa. This was primarily due to the lack of a national television service in the country until 1976. However, as a film series, The Avengers was able to gain some exposure in South Africa through film rentals. But it was the launch of the radio series that truly brought The Avengers to the masses in South Africa. Come and listen at www.myclassicradio.net.
Now, don't go away, because next on CBS Radio's Comedy Time are those two zany characters of many characters, Bob and Ray.
And now, Bob Elliott and Ray Goulding present the CBS Radio Network. Thank you, Whistlers, the Whistling Teamsters.
Did you all get busy and send us a postcard over the weekend? Be a picture of Smelly Dave, the great dead whale?
Well, if you didn't, you'd better do it, because the demand is sensational. Everyone wants a picture of Dave.
Hasn't it been heartening to come in and see the mountains of mail in the office this morning?
To think that so many people are interested in Dave is heartwarming, Bob, and I think it's a tribute to the way we feel about things generally. We've got a very, very soft spot right here.
Yes, and we will have enough of these pictures if you get a request in right away to Bob and Ray, CBS 485 Madison Avenue, New York.
And before the ink is even dry on your request, you'll have a picture of Dave in your mailbox.
To help you help us find him. There's no new word on where he may be or from anyone who has sighted him, but I think...
All right, let's go! Come on,
there's the Monterey Midget getting the audience
Going to height now, you big fellas.
seated according to size. Perhaps you can hear him there in the rear.
Hey, what makes you think you're tall?
Well, I am.
Don't get into any argument.
You're not tall enough. You're not friendly here. Go.
Remember, politeness counts.
Give it a drink, Bob.
Okay.
When I get this audience lined up.
I think they're pretty well in their positions now.
So insulted in my life. Come to a show, have a person like that talk to you.
Well, I'm sorry, man. It's just so everyone can see better.
It's going to be all right.
That's your sister? Uh-huh. Nice to have all of you people here today, and I suppose you'd like to see a little entertainment now that you came.
School teachers.
Oh, good. On your vacation, huh?
Yeah.
School open soon for you?
Yeah, it opens in
Couple weeks.
September.
Yeah. What do you teach, man?
Arithmetic.
What grade?
Fourth grade.
Fourth grade, arithmetic. That's about as far as I took arithmetic, I think.
Well, right after that, you start your fractions.
Mm-hmm. Well, nice to have you with us.
Denominators, numerators.
Both you and your sister.
Don't make any trouble.
She's not making any trouble. She isn't saying a word.
Well, I'm afraid she'll get into trouble. We don't want any trouble while we're in New York.
You won't be in any trouble.
I'm so afraid. She has one little before dinner, honestly.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm not getting in any trouble.
she's not. Are you twins?
Well, I'm a little older. No, I'm a year older, but we do look quite a bit alike.
Yes, you do.
Why don't they dry up, Bob?
I wish they would.
Suddenly
the rest of the audience is getting uneasy. I can
The
see.
entire program. My word. Don't forget, though, the picture of Dave. Send for it to CBS here at 485 Madison Avenue. Bob and Ray, that is, and we'll get it right back to you. And here on today's show, we had planned to present the first episode of the Traveling Bedlows.
Well, this is radio's first 3-minute situation comedy, but we thought it would be nice if we told you a little bit about the show first.
And we thought, too, it would be a good thing if you could meet the members of the cast assembled here on stage.
Mm-hmm. Well, first, the show. The Traveling Bedlows live in a trailer, or a mobile home, if you will.
And they'll be the family next door. Of course, as is the case with most families who live in trailers, the families next door will be an ever-changing parade of mirth-provoking ordinary people.
Even as you and I.
Right.
But so much for the show. Now the cast. First, there's Henry Bedlow. He's the husband of Norma Bedlow, father of Sandra Bedlow, troublesome teenager. Ralph Bedlow, a teenager who's quite troublesome. And finally, 6-year-old Jill Bedlow, who has a problem growing up. First, let's say hello to all the people we've mentioned thus far.
And here's the man we've selected to play Henry Bedlow in real life, the great actor Parker Donovan. So, hi, Park. And are you looking forward to doing the show?
Sure. Gives me a chance to grow. An artist can stagnate doing plays on Broadway. That's why I'm happy this thing came along.
For you folks out there, Parker is using his own voice now, but it will be different on the show.
Yeah.
Can you give us a sample, Park, something from the first script?
Sure. Hey, Norma. Slow down when you go over the bumps. I've got egg on my face again.
Great. And they have a sample of the voice Parker Donovan will be using when he essays the role of Henry Bedlow. And also a sample of the humor you can expect, too.
Now it's time to say hello to real-life actress Lucille Amy Packard, who will play the part of Norma Bedlow, Henry's wife and mother of Sandra, Ralph, and Jill Bedlow. Hi, Lucille.
Thank you. Hello, Bob. Say, this role is a wonderful deal for me.
Yeah.
I know my agent gave you a difficult time, but what with all the wonderful offers I got, breaking all at once, you can understand my agent wanting the best deal for me.
Yeah, well, he mentioned the fact that you were a mediocre actress and said he sincerely hoped that things would work out.
He's a wonderful man, wonderful.
Lucille, would you preview your Norma Bedlow voice, the one that you'll be using on our new show, The Traveling Bedlows?
All right. This is the voice I plan to use on The Traveling Bedlows. I'll read part of the first script, all right?
Good. Sure.
Ralph, as soon as we come to the first stop signal, I'm going to have your father give you a lecture about hanging around the house in the afternoon.
It's amazing what you can do, Lucille, when you really put your mind to it. You're a real pro.
And now, how about the kids?
Okay, well, there's Elihu Rancid, who plays the part of teenage Ralph Bedlow. Come on up here, Elihu.
Say, this is the voice I'm going to use on the show. So can I scram now? I got to pick up my dog. He flunked out of obedience school, and the headmaster can't get him to leave the place.
Sure. Well, that also is as you say in the trade. So you can see how funny he'll be with qualified help.
And then we have Myrna Sandifer, who plays the part of 6-year-old Jill Bedlow.
Hello, Myrna Sandifer. Welcome to our show.
Hey, Mr. Grovel.
No, his name is Goulding and mine is Elliott.
Say, do you know what the midget shouted when he was being eaten by the big bad giant?
No, what did the midget shout, Myrna?
Look at me. I got a view from the bridge. Of course, that's including that, the giant has to have false teeth. But my mother, Mrs. Sandifer, said I should say it anyway because I would be well-liked immediately.
Well, I can see you have No trouble with a little trooper like you, Myrna.
I get cranky in front of...
Crowds?
No, I get cranky in front of the thing in front of your face.
The microphone.
That's right. I get cranky in front of...
Well, we'll slap your hand if that happens, Myrna. We're not worried about you, certainly.
Well, I am. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Now then, Bob, who's left to introduce? I think we went too far with it.
I don't know if we have enough time, but we'll have to introduce Sandra Bedlow, the other troublesome teenager.
Oh, well.
And then there's Frank, the handyman, who putters around inside the trailer, and there's Cora, the Bedlow's maid.
And don't forget Eddie Balfour, Norma Bedlow's worthless brother.
Yeah.
And Dad Bedlow, the philosophical father of Henry Bedlow.
And Aunt Hattie, the troublemaker.
Oh, Bob, that's about all the time we have now, really. Suppose we let our audience meet the balance of the traveling Bedlow's cast on one of our subsequent shows. Meanwhile, I think this is a good start. Thank you, everybody. Hope you enjoy it.
View from the bridge.
Say, according to the audience cards, I see we have with us here today a young man by the name of Chick Smithers. Where are you, Chick? From Los Angeles?
Yeah, right here.
Say, hey, that's a handsome jacket you have there. Scarlet velvet, letters that spell out, let's see, the Gear Cluster Busters of Greater L.A., is that right?
Yeah.
It says on the card here that you're the president of the club, a hot rod organization, I suppose. Would you care to tell us something about your group, Chick? Guess you must build your own rigs, that kind of thing?
That's right.
I guess you jazz up your buggies with finely honed cams, high-powered fuel injection engines, and those thundering quadruple pipes, all chrome plated.
That's us, the Cluster Busters of Greater Los Angeles.
And then on weekends, you and the gang head for the freeways and play a little no-hands chicken, or go blasting down back streets in the drag racing.
Oh, now wait, don't put me on like that, man. You're making us out like speed-crazed youth seeking thrills where they oughtn't to be sought and like that.
Well...
See, we keep our boats up on blocks and just look at them. After we put all that bread in them, like money, we didn't have anything left to buy gas with. Besides, the way those squares drive out there on the highway, they might dent a fender or something, and then we'd just naturally have to beat up on them a little.
Well, then you'd advocate more cars, or more care, I should say, from the driving public. More motoring manners, is that what you say?
That's roughly our position in this matter, Dad.
Well, you'd also go along with the oft-repeated slogan, when out driving, to take care and get there.
That's the major tenet in our advocacy, and like that.
My word.
Forgot to say my rig don't have no floor in it either.
Well, I hope you get it fixed up real soon, Chick, and thanks for dropping by with that timely message of highway safety.
Everybody off the road. Everybody.
Good advice, indeed.
Thank you, Mr. Music. And that, of course, serves to introduce our farm and agriculture expert, Dean Archer Armstead of the Lackawanna, New York field station.
Key to my hen house here, Bob.
Well, that's very timely, the key to your hen house, because I understand today you're going to answer some of the foul questions that have been written to you.
Did you figure that yourself, Bob?
No, but you said the subject would be foul.
Well, I thought that's pretty funny, Bob. To be serious, though, Bob,
Yeah?
I have brought along with me Robin Pickett. You remember Robin?
Yes.
Come on up, Robin.
Hi, Robin.
We've been working up at the... Speak right up, Robin.
What's that?
I said, speak right up.
I said hello there, Bob and Ray.
I didn't hear you.
Hello there, Bob and Ray.
Well, Robin, as you know, has been specializing on foul questions.
Got a little kick out of that, didn't you?
Oh, that's a funny one.
Yeah.
And Robin is here to answer some questions that we've been discussing at the field station. One thing you want to know, we have a record too. Robin, maybe you could explain to Barbara Ray and the listeners just what that record about the chicken visit is.
Well, I don't know much about it, Dean, except that it's a chicken swallowing its feed.
Well, Robin, good. That's about what it is. But we have a record of the gizzard wicket on this feed. And,
an actual record of the chicken gizzard? Is that what you...
You ought to hear this in stereo.
Well, it's stereo.
Yeah, but you'll only hear it monoly, of course. But we have it on stereo record.
If I listen to it with both ears, I could hear it stereo.
Well, Bob, you're full of them today.
Yeah.
All right, well, just play that record, please.
All right, Dean.
Hear it?
Yeah.
That's the difference. Now, that hum, of course, is electrical. All right, that's it.
That certainly is amazing.
We're working 12 years on that.
Well, what else is new at the field station? Anything in particular?
Not too much, Bob. I thought if you had some questions here, maybe I could answer them.
Well, there aren't too many here. The usual questions that crop up come the middle of August concerning how they can get their lawns ready for the fall and the winter ahead. Well, is it too early to start on that?
Well, no, it is, yes. I'm waiting until the 1st of September to top dress their lawn. Scratch it on seed, put a little fertilizer on it, lime if the soil is rapid,
and of course it's always time to keep that compost heap working. What would you say? Well, thank you both, you and Robert I. Pickett, for...
Robert, you've been a great help. You didn't say yes, I, or no during the whole show.
Dropping by today.
You're 400 miles down here.
And until next time, when Dean Archer Armstead will be our guest, he says,
so long until tomorrow. Now then, do we have enough time?
No, I don't think we do. We'll have to hold him over at the Bob and Ray Hotel until tomorrow.
We're speaking of the great tightrope walker, the renowned...
Sorry, Miguel, about that.
Senor Honduras, but he'll be here tomorrow. Gee, we're awfully sorry, Senor, but we just ran out of time. The good Dean took so much. Incidentally, Dean Archer Armstead, we have a card sent to you congratulating you on your 3rd anniversary of your doctorate. We have it over in the office. Oh, that's wonderful.
You can pick it up, or we'll bring it over to you.
Well, I guess that would do it, wouldn't it, Bob? Till tomorrow, this is Ray Goulding reminding you to write if you get work.
Bob Elliott reminding you to hang by your thumbs.
This is the CBS Radio Network. Radio Network.
Hello, it is Ryan, and I was on a flight the other day playing one of my favorite social spin slot games on ChumbaCasino.com. I looked over at the person sitting next to me, and you know what they were doing? They were also playing Chumba Casino. Everybody's loving having fun with it. Chumba Casino is home to hundreds of casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com to claim your free welcome bonus. That's ChumbaCasino.com and live the Chumba life.
Sponsored by Chumba Casino. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply.
21st Precinct, aka 21st Precinct and 21st Precinct, was a police drama broadcast on CBS Radio from July 7, 1953 to July 26, 1956. It was initially a summer replacement for My Friend Irma. The program was produced in cooperation with the Patrolmen's Benevolent Association of the City of New York and presented adaptations from true criminal records in New York. From the policeman's point of view. Historically, the 21st Precinct had been located near Gramercy Park in Manhattan, but in 1929 the department reorganized the precinct numbering, and the 21st designation was dropped from use. No such precinct existed during the show's run, nor does a 21st exist today. However, the fictional precinct's territory corresponds closely to that of the Upper East Side's 23rd Precinct as it has existed since 1929. Stanley Niss was the producer, writer, director. The role of Precinct Captain Frank Kennelly was played by Everett Sloan for the first 109 episodes and briefly in episode 135. During episode 109, Captain Frank Kennelly was promoted to Deputy Inspector and reassigned out of the 21st Precinct. He was replaced by Captain Cronin James Gregory, 1955-56, and Les Damon, 1956. Other cast regulars were Ken Lynch as Lieutenant Matt King, Harold Stone as Sergeant Waters, Jack Arissa as Sergeant Collins, and Santos Ortega as Lieutenant Gorman. The program's announcer began the program's opening each week. 21st Precinct. It's just lines on a map of the city of New York. most of the 173,000 people wedged into the 9/10 of a square mile between Fifth Avenue and the East River wouldn't know, if you asked them, that they lived or worked in the 21st. Whether they know it or not, the security of their persons, their homes, and their property is the job of the men of the 21st. At that point the lead actor would complete the introduction. The 21st Precinct. 160 patrolmen, 11 sergeants and 4 lieutenants of whom I'm the boss. My name is Kennelly. Frank Kennelly. I'm captain in command of the 21st. Art Hanna, Bob Hill, and Hugh Holder were the program's announcers. The series was produced by John Ives. It was usually directed and written by Stanley Niss. Another source lists Niss as producer. Come and listen at www.myclassicradio.net.